What's going on, everybody? I wanted to put something out and didn't really feel like making a big production out of it or anything, but crazy week, so I thought I would come on here and decompress by talking about some wrestling. Throw it back a little old school. I've done at least one other video like this on my channel where I've thrown up some video game in the background and just talked about wrestling or whatever. I did it with my 2015 King of the Ring video, and I really liked that. And at the time, it was... I forget how I did that, but I know that I didn't have access to do videos like that all the time. It was just something that I had just so happened had some video footage of my gameplay or whatever, threw it together. But I really like doing that, and I really am thinking about doing some more of it like that too. So here we go. But basically, I wanted to talk to you guys about wrestling, AEW in particular. So I have on the sheet here today, Dynamite from September 10th, 2025, and Collision from that week, and also go over the big September to Remember going on this tomorrow, as of recording this on a Tuesday night. How do you think about that? What do you think about that? So yeah, I just feel like this would be easy for me to put together. It's not like I'm saying I'm some kind of master video game player or anything, but, something to get something out there, put a little video gameplay out there, talk a little bit of wrestling, not have to make a big production out of anything, throw it together, get my thoughts out there, and boy howdy. So, yeah, I don't know, I like the idea. Let me know what you guys think. Let me start off with Dynamite from September 10th, 2025. First up, we had Hangman Adam Page defeating Josh Alexander. This was a really good match, man. I like this one. What you're looking at here is two ring bearers. You know what I mean? The company standards. You had Josh Alexander, who was the company standard for TNA for the longest time, and now Hangman Adam Page, he's our champion, man. That's the guy. That's the AEW champ. So it's like putting them two guys together head to head just felt right. Long match out of these guys, real good stuff. You know what I mean? Hangman ends up picking the win up because, of course, he would over Don Callis' boys. But yeah, I like that dynamic too with Josh Alexander and Don Callis. I like what's going on with the Don Callis group, pretty much. Especially the you might have Konosuke Takeshita and Kazuchika Okada butt heads as to who's the alpha dog there. But next up, we've seen Alex Windsor and Riho defeat Emi Sakura and Mercedes Moné. Emi hits a senton off of Moné's shoulders. Emi and Riho had a nice square off. Riho defeats Emi with a single Boston leg crab, as both students have their teachers in single leg crabs at that moment. We've seen Ricochet and the Gates of Agony. They were talking about the Hurt Syndicate and their match at All Out, taking place this Saturday as we're recording this. And of course, they were talking about Ricochet's upcoming match here with Shelton Benjamin, whereas if he was to win, he would have a leg up in the competition. So we move on to that match, which was Ricochet did defeat Shelton Benjamin. Shelton handled Ricochet in the early going of this match, tossed him around. Shelton hit multiple beautiful German suplexes, and then Ricochet hit a really nice double foot stomp standing. Then he hit a top rope Spanish fly for a 2 count. But the Gates of Agony got involved. Toa Leona headbutted Shelton, allowing Ricochet a roll-up victory. We then seen a Hook promo, which I think had a lot of parallels to a promo that Eddie Kingston cut with Jon Moxley shortly after the exploding death wire, barbed wire, the exploding barbed wire death match is what it was. That's a mouthful, brother. I got it out though, didn't I? But yeah, I feel like that, he said at the end of this promo, maybe it's time for me to stand on my own, or maybe it's not. So, obviously that's a hint towards, a group or not a group, but if it is towards a group, you kind of want to let your mind wander towards Eddie Kingston because they're both Brooklyn, or, not Brooklyn, but I don't know for exact. Well, they're both New York guys, is what I meant to say. I spoke out of turn, but, both New York guys that you would think that, I seen a lot of parallels in that promo, is basically what I'm saying, what it boils down to. Yeah, that was a nice little promo out of Hook. Then we seen the Philadelphia Street Fight match between Toni Storm and Sky Blue. Toni Storm defeated Sky Blue. She came out with a nice, beautiful Sandman tribute. Smeared lipstick, drinking beer, kendo stick in hand. All she was missing was a cigarette, but I don't know if they allowed you to do that on TV, but pretty sure I seen her with a cigarette on TV. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. But, Sky Blue goes staple ass Jones in this match, stapling Toni all over, but Toni gets a lick back and starts stapling her in return. The two have a nice chicken fight on the barricade. Toni gets power-bombed off the ring apron onto a mousetrap covered table. Sky Blue, she bashes Toni with a steel chair and she hits a DDT for a 2 count. After she put her through a trash can off the top rope. Toni does win with a sign-assisted hip attack in the corner and a Storm Zero on a chair. The Triangle of Madness attacked these guys post-match. Jamie Hayter, and Chris Statlander make the assist. We then seen a promo with Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron, where she said she will paint a cat on Willow's face in song format. So that's worth going out of your way to watch on the old YouTubes. We then seen the main event of AEW Dynamite. We seen the Young Bucks and the Death Riders defeat Brodito and the Ops with a real good match. Roll-up win at the end there, where Rod and Todd walk away with $500,000, and I'm pretty sure they either wasted or doubled that at the casino, going off of the now back, greater than ever, being the Elite, Mr. Brandon Cutler. He's moving from California to Florida, from what I'd seen on his Instagram page, but it looks like being the Elite is back. That's great news. Good news, everyone. That makes my Mondays. It makes my week. Being able to watch being the Elite. It gives you something to look forward to, something extra. Another thing, if you're feeling the same way I am about that, you can go and you can also watch Speedball Mike Bailey's vlog. He's got a really good vlog. Shot pretty much like the old school Being the Elite videos and stuff like that. So he's got a lot going on, different things like that. Things that might be of interest for you to watch. He leads a very interesting life with him and he and Veda Scott, and they travel a lot, and they do a lot of commentary, and very interesting vlog to watch in the AEW sphere, my fellow sickos. Oh my God, where are we here? Yeah, so basically we're going to start off on Well, not start off, but we're going to end off on AEW Collision from September 13th, 2025. We open up with an MJF promo, and we find out that at AEW All Out this Saturday, we're going to have MJF versus Mark Briscoe in an all-out thumbtack tables match. So, what you're thinking of is, I would imagine, if I'd set this up in a video game, you would put an unlimited amount of tables in the ring and an unlimited amount of thumbtacks, and they never end, and smash tables and thumbtacks, and that's going to be a good match at AEW All Out. I'm ready for that one, baby. You best believe it. We then had our first match of the evening, which was Takeshita taking on Anthony Bowens. Bowens had a good start by hitting a mid-rope swinging neck breaker. The two have a good standing strike exchange. Bowens hits a gnarly rolling elbow, clearing oh my goodness gracious, I lost myself. He cleared Takeshita right out of the ring with the rolling elbow. He hit cleared him right out of the ring. But it was really cool. Takeshita wins with a Blue Thunder Bomb and a Raging Fire. The next match was Triangle of Madness. Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford defeating Ty Mello, Julia Hart, Chris Statlander, Harley Cameron, and Jamie Hayter. The faces had issues cooperating even before the match, so there's a lot of stuff going on with the good girls there. So Toni Storm was on commentary, very entertaining. You know, she's one of those wrestlers that could easily make a switch over if they had wanted to, or you know what I mean, whether they're done fully or whatever. But she would join the likes of like Taz on commentary. So entertaining to me anyway. You might have your own personal opinions on the people I mentioned, but Booker T, Kevin Owens, CM Punk's really funny on commentary. There's just a lot of those guys that are also like super good in the ring, but like if you throw them on the commentary, they're going to be just as good. They would adapt their talents in that way and be just as good as they are in the ring in whatever other aspect you're throwing them in as well. Tony's really good with that. She's very entertaining on commentary. I enjoy listening to her every time she's on. The next matchup was Big Bill defeating Max Caster. Eddie Kingston gets a Threads shout out. Shout out to Threads, where the real Sickos post. Bill wins with a big Bill hole slam. Calls out Eddie for All Out. Kind of played out. You know, Eddie looks like this, I look like this. You know, kind of promo. Oh, you like Japanese wrestling, or you know, this is the kind of wrestling you like. This is the way you look. You know, it's just the same story beats that pretty much everybody hits when they're in a match with Eddie Kingston. So I know Bill's better than that on the mic. I just felt real like, yeah, whatever. Everybody says that, so you know, whatever. Call him out. He's not a man. Whatever. Yeah, what I'm saying is, could have been a little more clever. I know Bill's better on the mic than that. It just felt a little generic, is all. That's everybody's go-to. So yeah. After this, we've seen a tease of an Acclaimed reunion. They fight, and then Jerry Lynn gets involved. The Swirl come out. The Swirl then attack Jerry Lynn, and the Acclaimed fight the Swirl off of the Acclaimed. Off of the Swirl. The Acclaimed fight the Swirl off of Jerry Lynn. So the next match was FTR defeats Tommy Billington and Adam Priest. Really good stuff here. Very old school, classic, beautiful tag team wrestling stuff. Very old school, solid, cemented heel, face, good guy, bad guy stuff here. Priest smartly attacks a hamstring, hits a dragon suplex, locks in a single leg Boston Crab. Both teams had great ring awareness. Priest hits a dive. Tommy comes off the top rope. Tommy and Adam hit a double diving headbutt. Tommy locks in a crossface, but FTR win with a spike pile driver. The next matchup here was Okada versus defeats Michael Oku. I wasn't too familiar with Michael Oku, but he's definitely becoming a favorite of mine. Rev Pro guy. Okada drop kicks him off the top rope onto the barricade. That seemed pretty gnarly. After Oku hit a Fosbury flop, which that's Ace Austin's move, brother, but you can have that one for the night. Oku hits a penalty kick and a standing moonsault for a 2 count. Oku kicks, he locks in a single leg Boston Crab, which I hear that he's known for the single leg Boston Crab. We've sure seen a lot of them this week, but he certainly had a beautiful one. Oku blocks a Rainmaker twice with roll-ups, but Okada does win with a pile driver and a Rainmaker. The main event of the collision was Daniel Garcia, John Moxley defeating Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly. This was a really, really good one, especially if you like the Undisputed Era, King Fighters. But yeah, you know what I mean. Gotta love Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong. Going back to the NXT days, going way back to the Ring of Honor days. These guys are just awesome. Super good stuff out of them. We're going to see John and Roddy go one-on-one here real soon. So, as far as that goes, that's my coverage of AEW this week. I really, really enjoyed Daniel Bryan on commentary for Dynamite, and I really like the way that they make Dynamite and Collision feel like two separate shows now. They definitely have that yin and yang now, to where the Dynamite feels like that main weekly show, and to me, Collision, it feels like you got all the legends on commentary, and pretty much anything can happen. But yeah, with the way that people just show up, like Michael Oku, it just gives credence to the whole "we're the best wrestle" thing, and so Saturday's that special night, special commentary. Wednesday feels like that solid. You're going to get your story beats. You're going to get everything is going to be happening television-wise on that day, but Saturday's a special situation. Let me talk about AEW September to Remember. Tomorrow, as of recording this, September 17th, 2025, we got a hell of a card here, 3-hour show. I just wanted to cover what we know is going to happen. This is what has been announced so far, and if there's anything else, which I don't know if there could be, but there is 3 hours of it. Let's go over what we know. We got the Beast Mortos taking on Mascara Dorada. We have Roderick Strong, like I said, taking on John Moxley. We have Queen Aminata taking on Tekla. We have Bobby Lashley taking on Toa Leona. We have Jet Speed versus Kip Sabian and Killswitch. We have Riho versus Robin Renegade. We have the Young Bucks versus the Bang Bang Gang. And we have Hechicero and Josh Alexander versus Top Flight. So yeah, it's AEW September to Remember is looking really, really good. I can't wait for it. So yeah, I won't hold you here too much longer. That was my week of wrestling and my coverage, my update for AEW September to Remember for you guys. Yeah, I'll try to do one of these again here and real soon. Maybe I'll cover AEW All Out as far as a preview and a review, and do something like this I just did here, and do that there, and do this here, and do that there, and I'll do that for AEW All Out this time. And yeah, maybe if you enjoy it, give me a thumbs up, like it, share it out there, leave a comment, interact. Follow suplexes and stuff on Threads. I don't really fuck around anywhere else. I get accused of enough as it is. I don't use Facebook. I have a Facebook page for suplexes and stuff. I don't post very rarely on there. I have a Instagram page that is pretty much empty for suplexes and stuff. I might post clips and reels and highlights and stuff like that, especially moving forward. I don't know what's going on with the podcast stuff. I really just don't have the health energy for that at the moment. Things could go differently. We were looking forward to some stuff with Coach, and that, if anything, had halted. That's all on my end due to my health and my situation going on. Nothing to do with him. I just haven't had the energy to really get on and do, but just a crazy week between health and everything else, so I felt like I really wanted to come on here and decompress a little bit and talk into this tablet and talk about wrestling like the old times, and basically before I ever even started going to shows and stuff like that, but I would have the camera on me then, but I don't know, I just feel like the video gameplay in the background and me talking and yakety yak 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 is, I like it, I enjoy it, and a lot of my favorite commentators do it that way too, so like, share, subscribe if you liked it. I'm not forcing your hand or nothing, but it does help out immensely. Thank you. I'll see you next time.